Hi guys, it's Amy again. Welcome back to my channel at sirensoulcoach.com. Thank you for being here with me today. In today's video, I wanted to talk about soul contracts. I believe that as souls, we've come here and we have contracts with different people at different times of our life. Not that we don't have I believe that we also have free will. We have free will and destiny together. And certain people come into your life at certain times to help you grow and evolve and, yeah, to learn lessons and expand. So, the first type of soul contract that you usually run into is with your family. It's my belief that before we incarnated here, we made soul contracts with our family to be the son or the daughter. And we chose a particular family for the specific lessons that we needed in this lifetime to grow and evolve from. Yeah, some people I know have incarnated into difficult families, and there's been some rough lessons involved with that with that family dynamic. And yeah, others, families, there are not as harsh lessons, but there's still usually something that we need to learn and grow and take from that family experience, that dynamic that you're entered into. So yeah, we also have soul contracts with our own children. Like our own children have decided that they wanted you to be their parent in this lifetime, in this incarnation, and you had a contract for that type of role and relationship with them as well. And then there are karmic contracts, and these are a bit more difficult. They're usually really harsh lessons. They're kind of like tough love lessons that you learn from this person. I think they tend to be more romantic type relationships, and there's usually a very deep, intense attraction with this type of karmic contract. But this contract is sometimes to balance out past life situations that may have been with this person. So breaking a karmic cycle might look like if you find yourself in a situation where you're being abused and you're betrayed all the time, instead of feeling like a victim and looking for vengeance, you decide to forgive and heal and leave the relationship and, end the cycle of abuse and betrayal. So that could be an example of a karmic pattern that needs to be resolved in this lifetime. Karmic contracts usually trigger deep wounds within us, things that need to be healed in this lifetime, such as self-love, self-worth, and abandonment or forgiveness issues. You could also find yourself in a situation of loss or hardship that you need to learn. This situation may help you to learn empathy for other people who are going through tough times. If you weren't the type of person who is empathetic toward that before, it might trigger deep compassion within you, and yeah, coming from a more compassionate place rather than a selfish place in the future. Those are the types of things that karmic contracts, tough love, can teach us. So yeah, the soul is here to learn, grow, and evolve. And people definitely come into our lives to, we learn through relationships with people, and yeah, they come into our lives to trigger different things in us at certain times. And, we learn who we are through dealing with these people and situations. So, yeah, I also want to discuss soulmates. I know most people usually think of a soulmate as a romantic partner, but a soulmate can be anyone with whom you have a deep connection with, somebody that you think just gets you. It could be a romantic partner, it could be a best friend, could be a family member. They're just somebody that you naturally have an affinity towards. Their energy just resonates with your energy, and you just have a mutual shared experience, and you find their energy uplifting and helpful rather than draining and toxic. So, yeah, soulmates can come and go in our lives. And sometimes we grow past certain soulmates. Like if you, for example, if you got married when you're 20 to a beautiful, soulmate partner, in your 40s or 50s, if you guys haven't grown and evolved at the same rate, you may not be in alignment with that same person that you married in your 20s. And yeah, sometimes you need to part ways just because the growth isn't there anymore. So this can also happen. Yeah, and there shouldn't be any like shame or judgment attached to this, because again, relationships definitely come and go in our lives, and we need to learn to detach when relationships aren't healthy or good for us any longer. So, a twin flame is a rarer type of spiritual connection that happens to be increasing on the planet at this time, because the actual planet and more people on the planet are going through a time of upgrading their consciousness level. And when we have more consciousness, we treat other people better and we treat the planet better. And yeah, we're shifting at this time into a higher frequency. This is why there's so much upheaval going on in the world right now, all over the place. Old structures are trying to break down and fall away so that new structures can be built from a higher state of consciousness, where we are helping the good of all people and not just the select few at the top of the hierarchy. So, if your soul has decided in this lifetime to meet your twin flame, it's asking you spiritually to leave 3D consciousness and go to 5D consciousness. The two parts of the soul, the masculine and the feminine part of the soul, the yin yang symbol, want to merge back together. They're already together in the higher spiritual realms, but in this 3D incarnation, the two parts of your soul, the masculine and feminine, want to merge back together to become one. This is a difficult process which invokes a dark night of the soul a lot of times, because the soul needs to go through a cleansing and purging process, old belief patterns and ways of being, programs that have been taught to us since childhood kind of need to fall away. Ego beliefs from the mind need to disintegrate. And yeah, it can be a very fear-inducing time in your life. And a dark night of the soul can be initiated not only by the twin flame journey, but through a health crisis, a divorce. There are different, life situations that can bring you to this kind of soul purification process. But yeah, the twin flame process is a deep soul purging, clearing of old wounds, clearing of fears, clearing of ego and mind beliefs. So yeah, each person or embodiment of the masculine and feminine energy, each individual has to go through their own soul degradation process, or ego degradation process. And yeah, it can be long, and that's why there's like a big separation or separation periods on this journey, because the old needs to fall away to make room for the new. So once the ego is no longer running the show and you're operating from more of a heart-led self-love, worthiness place, and we're no longer caring about too much on what everybody else thinks of us, when we're operating more from that place, from our heart, which is, the soul's compass, that's when we can start to come into unconditional love instead of conditional love, which is love based from the ego. So it's a higher way of being. It's also called oneness consciousness. And this is where the twin flame journey is trying to lead you. It's a beautiful and painful process at the same time, but it's for your highest good. So yeah, I hope I put that into a way that is constructive and resonates with people. If you have any questions or insights or want more clarity on anything that I spoke about, please feel free to reach out to me at sirensoulcoach.com, and I would be happy to answer more questions or talk about things more deeply, or yeah, any of that. Okay, so thank you so much for being here with me today, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.